Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Chase here at Rocky Mountain. Thank you so much for stopping in. Today we're very excited to talk to you about the latest tire in the Tusk offering. This is the Ground Wire, and the Ground Wire is purpose built for your e-motorcycles like the Segway, the Sur-Ron, and the Talaria. If you have one of those bikes, these are a huge upgrade over the stock tires. If you've ever looked at the stock tire on those bikes, it's more like a mountain bike tire than an actual off-road tire, which means they just don't last that long. And if you are riding off-road, you just don't get that much performance. And also, since those bikes came out, really the only option for riders when they were going to put new tires on is to buy a dirt bike front tire and run it on the front and the rear of the bike. Now with the Ground Wire, you have a true rear off-road tread pattern with a front tread pattern to match it. So it's much more aggressive. It's going to give you much better performance off-road, better durability. But another big feature of the Ground Wire is the custom carcass construction. These e-motorcycles, they're a lot lighter than a dirt bike. So you can't just take a dirt bike tire, make it smaller and say, here you go. You're just not gonna get the same performance. So we went through and we tested several different carcasses to find the best blend of performance. You want it to be stiff enough that it's not gonna just fold and roll when you're cornering, but you also want it to be soft enough that it's gonna have good compliance on bump absorption. And that's the blend that we found. But another big benefit to that is the weight reduction. The Ground Wire is much lighter than just a regular dirt bike tire because of its custom carcass, and that we know is a huge benefit for these e-motorcycles, and that's what really makes these the best option available. So I'm going to talk about the rear, we'll talk about the front so you know what features you're getting with these. So with the rear, again, similar tread pattern to the Tusk T35 soft intermediate dirt bike tire, which has been very popular. So a nice spread out, very aggressive tread pattern, so great in those conditions. What I like though is that you have these sipes on these side lugs for more biting edges, so when you're leaning the bike over, you're accelerating, it's going to give you better traction. You've also got these reinforced bridges at the base of those lugs. That's gonna help with the performance as well as the durability of the tire. And also what's nice too is that being able to design these specific for these e-motorcycles, this is the biggest tire we could get on there that still gives you clearances that you're going to need. Now with the front, this is the same tread pattern as the Tusk T45, which is a intermediate hard terrain tire. So the tread pattern, it's a little bit closer together, but the reason that's beneficial is that on those harder surfaces, you're gonna have more rubber contact in the ground, which is gonna give you more grip in those situations. You've got the sipes just like the rear for more biting edges. You've got the bridges at the bases again to add to the performance as well as the durability. But like I had said earlier, this is a big important thing, is the carcass construction. We went through and did a lot of testing with these to find the right balance because you can't just take a dirt bike carcass and use it on these bikes. It's gonna be too stiff, it's not gonna work well, it's not gonna have good bump absorption, be compliant, but you also can't have a carcass that's too soft because then when you're cornering, when you're accelerating or braking, it's gonna wanna fold on you. So we had to find that right balance, and that's why we did all the testing, and that's why these are built specifically for these e-motorcycles. So if you're shopping for your next set of tires, the Ground Wire is exactly what you need. To grab your set, click on the link or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. We ship for free over $75. If you have questions about these, please leave those down below. We'll get your questions answered. But if you want to stay up to date on the latest products like the Ground Wire, get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. I'm Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.